It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Jets, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give running right is Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that, and with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now to the air. Lock. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. To throw it is Lock. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On first down, Sherman. Caught right side, Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Carter. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. From the gun on 3rd down. Sherman throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Sherman. A throw to the flat for Carter. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. From the gun, Sherman, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sherman shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
1st and goal from the 6. Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A handoff for Carter. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Sherman toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Locke dumps this to his running back, Chubb, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 2nd down and 8. Throwing now is Locke. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From midfield, here's Locke. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
1st down, Cleveland.
After 1 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to get this down close to a 1st at about the Jets' 36. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Locke. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Sherman. Nowhere to go. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Locke working out of the gun. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Locke to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st and 10, Sherman. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sherman. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sherman. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And hang on here, because still down after that play is Marquise Brown. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Now Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Carter, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Sherman. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Jarvis Landry, helmet back on and ready to go. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Jets set to take the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Sherman. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Locke will try again on 2nd down. Able to get away, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. John Franklin Myers, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
Five yards remain on second down. That's quickly out wide to Davis.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Let's go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And finding Davis here, the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A chance for us here to discuss Jarvis Landry. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be taken at the 13. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sherman.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again. Sherman. That's complete to his receiver, Gadwin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where you see the final score there. Teddy Bridgewater leading the way there, as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Jared Goff leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Sherman. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Locke going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Another run on second down with Carter. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Sherman. They'll check this one down to Carter. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New York. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw it is Locke. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's 2nd back at the 36. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on a 1st down sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start on the ground. Carter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Carter once more. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Carter. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
That's not good enough, man.
That's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll go again with Carter.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They'll run with Carter.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
We see our first touchdown of the game. Here's 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Sherman. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Blankenship's kick is good. And 2 field goals now mean they take a rare 6-2 lead. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Cleveland offense making their way out. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Locke on the bootleg. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Locke. And finding the tight end Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Again, it's Locke. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Locke now on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sand.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke drops it off for Chubb. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. To throw on third down. Sherman.
He'll get that one to Carter complete.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Throwing now is Locke. Going deep here for Landry. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Locke. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Here's Locke to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Block now to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They go with Chubb on second down. 64 yards on the ground for him so far. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You've got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
And Zerline's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
New York set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Davis. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll run on 1st down. Carter. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Sherman. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on 1st down. Sherman. Completes it to Davis. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. On 2nd down, it's Carter. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sherman. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Back to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 50. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They run it again with Chubb. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Lock to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And they'll indeed take a knee. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Browns, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.